Good morning from Seward, Alaska. Today, I'm going to give the old F-150 some attention. She really needs it. The first project is going to be pop this door panel off to see if I can whack that window motor and get it start working again after it quit after sitting all winter. Popping the door panel off on this is a pretty easy task. I've got a few little cover pieces. Pop this one off from the corner by the A-pillar. Switches. There's a little push pin right there. Another push pin right there. I might be forgetting another screw or pin, but I don't think so. Now it's just a matter of prying off this door panel, and there's these little clips all around the outside of it. And the problem I always have with these is I got the strength, but I forget which direction I need to pull really hard on. And it's never fun breaking stuff when you're trying to fix stuff. So this door panel is not popping right off, and I'm pretty sure I know what to do, but I don't want to crack the plastic on the door panel because this truck is a 1998, and you know, plastic gets brittle over the time. So I'm going to watch a YouTube video made by Kenneth Lucas about removing the door panel on this F-150 so I know where to pull and don't break anything. It's a 3-minute video and well worth your time. I use YouTube for this type of stuff a lot.
Okay, in order to remove this door panel, first thing you need to do...
Well, I'm glad I watched that video because I was reminded that I need to get a 5/16 and remove this door handle so the whole panel will lift right off. I have a bad habit of sometimes breaking stuff by applying too much force. That's why I really appreciate having these YouTube videos so I can just reference it and do it right the first time and not break things. Looks like the screw is staying in this little plastic assembly for the handle, but it's disconnected and I should be able to lift this door panel off right now. Got it? Okay, panel is loose. Time to undo these switches here. Here we go. There it is. My first attempt is going to be just whacking the motor. I can't stick the camera in there, so I'm just going to stick this little hammer in here and try whacking it. Still not working. That didn't work. Now I'm going to remove this speaker and see if I can get a different angle at it before I proceed any further. I got it working. So I ended up just reaching my arm into here and just kind of being a little forceful on the arms of the window regulator, and I heard it has the auto down feature, so I heard this little cracking, and just cracking kept getting a little faster and a little faster, and now it's working. I'm not sure how long it's going to work, but I'm not replacing this motor now. It's all back together now. I do need to run to Napa and pick up some push pins. Those were actually plastic rivets that were in there, and then another one for right there because I broke them when I removed the door panel. But I'm more than happy to spend $2 on some plastic push pins instead of, yeah, 50, 80 bucks, and plus my time to remove this whole motor. Next thing on my to-do list is to replace the spark plug wires on this thing. I did something I probably shouldn't have, and I probably know better, but the spark plug wires are original, and 2 times I've had a spark plug wire go bad, and I was just busy at the time, and this is like our backup vehicle, so it's kind of lower on that priority list. I replaced only the spark plug wire that was bad. So I have 2 spark plug wires here that, you know, yeah, they're newer, but they don't need to be replaced. And if I remember correctly, the first one that I did was when we were leaving California, And I don't remember if it was like the furthest back or the next one in, but I did that. Like the engine started misfiring hours, literally hours before we were supposed to hit the road to Alaska. And then while we were living up here, I believe it was the very front one over on this bank of the V8 that went bad. So my plan is to remove one spark plug wire at a time, because one of the biggest mistakes you can make when replacing spark plug wires is just ripping them all off and not knowing which way to connect them back up. Hopefully I'll make the right guesses on which ones to use and which ones were actually old. One of the bigger pieces of advice that I can give you when working on a vehicle is don't be afraid to get stuff out of the way so it makes the job easier. Right now I'm removing a little shroud that kind of covers up the throttle body, and I'm going to remove the air intake boots just to give me easier access. It's just one of those things that you will fight trying to get something off for like 10-20 minutes when it takes 30 seconds to actually remove the piece that's in your way. Earlier this summer, we told you that we were gonna drive this thing up the Dalton Highway to Prudhoe Bay and Dead Horse. And we have intentions of doing that, or we really want to do that. But after I said that, I got to thinking, I don't want to drive up in the middle of summer because the bugs are literally so intense that it will drive a person batty. And if you can't spend any time outside, or being outside is so miserable that you want to be inside, it's going to take some of the fun out of the trip. So we still might do it, and we're going to try to do it. That's also one of the reasons why I'm doing all this work on the F-150. But if we go to the lower 48 again for the winter, we're going to be hitting the road in September, which is about the time that it would be really good to drive the Dalton and not be attacked by all kinds of flying insects. Okay guys, these are the final touches. It got a little confusing there for a minute. I had a hard time remembering exactly which ones were replaced in the past, but I got lucky because there was a production number on the newer spark plug wires. So the original equipment spark plug wires looked just slightly different. If that number wasn't there, I probably would not have replaced all the original ones. I would have had to just go off my memory and probably made a mistake. And then who knows when that spark plug wire would have decided to act up on me. But good news is that little number was there. I have it all back together. This is literally the last little thing I need to put back on, and it's the cover for the throttle body. I also made sure to check all the connectors that I took apart to make sure I got those properly placed, and made sure all the fuel injectors are still connected. Well, let's go start this thing up, and hopefully it's not misfiring. No check engine light, no misfire. Oh, I did it. Not that I ever doubted myself, but it is always nice to do something properly. Next thing I need to do is replace the rear differential speed sensor. What's going on is I'm 90% sure this is triggering my ABS light to come on when we back out of the driveway. So reverse, for some reason, triggers this to come on. So it's this little sensor. Another thing, I've had it sitting in the garage for like 2 years. Kind of is just taking the back burner, but now it's time to, give this good old truck some attention. It's pretty easy to replace. So here's the pumpkin of the rear differential, and this sensor right here is what gets replaced. I took a screwdriver and kind of pried it up, and it just pulls right out. It's not looking too hot. It's like some rust on it. Out with the old, in with the new. There's nothing I hate more than getting a part only to find out it's the wrong part. Well, I'm back. I'm not very shocked, but the Napa here in Seward does not have the part. The part is at the Wasilla store, so it'll be down in a day or two. Not like horrible, because this kind of pops on and pops off. Minor frustration, but I'm gonna keep moving. I think there might be something else going on here. I believe our old sensor might have fallen apart and a piece is stuck in the rear differential. And that's the reason why the new sensor is not fitting. I think I'm gonna be able to just pull this out. It's stuck. Oh, well, looky there. Let me go get the old sensor out of the garage. I sure hope I'm not the only person in the world that this happens to, but I had the right part the whole time. The sensor just fell apart on me. So yeah, it kind of slides right in now. Piece of cake. Next thing I'm going to address today, glass for our camper shell. The struts have given out. I've put up with this for about 8 years. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. So I'm going to get some measurements and go on to Amazon and order some, and it looks like they're only about 20 bucks. So right along the lines of the struts for under the bed of the motorhome, how I lived with those for like a stupid number of years for like a $20 fix. So let's get these measured. I can see that they are 30-pound struts. The length is 13 inches, and then retracted would probably be somewhere around 8 inches. So 13 inches, 8 inches, and 30 pounds. $21.06 on Amazon. Why have I waited so long? Okay, now I'm gonna hook up my trusty code reader and see what codes are in the system. It says reading, codes, enter, no codes in system. And that is a good thing. This truck is a mess. So since I'm doing all this mechanical stuff, I might as well spend about 30 minutes and clean it up a little. Fortunately, we have a car wash here in town, but I'd like to get some of this gravel and spruce needle debris out of here before I take it over to the shop vacs. I can already tell the difference. She is running a lot smoother, and not that it was misfiring a lot before, but it ran fine. But yeah, just having fresh spark plug wires all the way around makes a huge difference. I scored these little push pins in the bulk bins here at Napa. Done. Okay, got the truck all cleaned up as well. That was a big hassle. The credit card readers on the car wash machine wouldn't work on both sides of the building. And then I go to vacuum, and the vacuum doesn't even have one of those little tips, so it's just the bare end of a hose, and it doesn't even have that much suction. So it's not the best, but I'm done. I am not going to spend any more time on this truck today. I think I've been quite productive. So consider these type of videos as like a not so daily type of vlog. We're going to throw them into the mix. It's just regular old life. It's not travel, it's not adventure. So if you like them, please be sure to comment below, and we might start doing more of these. Now it's time for this video to come to an end. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and most importantly, enjoy the ride.